Hey, English learners! Welcome back to Mr. Daily English Podcast, your warm and friendly place to learn real, natural English through everyday conversations. I'm Amelia.
And I'm Michael. So wonderful to be here with you again today, friends. Amelia, how are you feeling today?
I am feeling absolutely fantastic, Michael, and I think today's episode is going to be a genuine game changer for so many of our listeners. Because today, we are talking about something that makes an enormous difference in your professional life.
That is right, because today we're going deep into business English fluency, specifically how to stop using casual, everyday English at work and start using the kind of sophisticated, confident professional language that truly sets you apart.
Because here is something that most English learners do not realize. There are actually two completely different versions of English. There's casual everyday English, the kind you use with friends and family, and there's professional business English, the kind that opens doors, builds credibility, and makes people take you seriously at work.
And the gap between these two versions of English is enormous. Using casual English in a professional setting is like showing up to a formal dinner in your pajamas. Technically, you're dressed, but the impression you make is completely wrong.
Exactly. And today, we are going to close that gap completely. We are going to give you professional upgrades for casual phrases across 7 essential business situations: emails, meetings, presentations, negotiations, feedback, problem solving, and networking.
That is 40 professional upgrades covering every major area of business communication, all taught through real, natural conversations so you can hear exactly how they sound in real professional English.
By the end of this episode, you will speak business English with a completely new level of confidence and sophistication. So get your notebook ready. This is a big one. Let's go.
Let us start with emails, because emails are often the first impression you make in a professional environment, and casual email language can seriously damage how you're perceived.
Here are your professional email upgrades.
Casual. Hey, just wanted to check in. Professional. I'm writing to follow up on our previous correspondence regarding the Henderson account proposal.
Or, I wanted to touch base regarding our last discussion.
Casual. Can you send me that thing we talked about? Professional. Could you please forward the relevant documentation at your earliest convenience?
Casual, sorry for the late reply. Professional, please accept my sincere apologies for the delayed response. Or, thank you for your patience. I apologize for not getting back to you sooner.
Casual. I'll get back to you soon. Professional. I will revert to you with a comprehensive response by end of business today. Or, I will ensure you receive a full response within 24 hours.
Casual, thanks a lot. Professional, thank you sincerely for your time and your continued support. Or, I am most grateful for your prompt attention to this matter.
Casual. Let me know if you need anything. Professional. Please do not hesitate to reach out should you require any further assistance.
Now, let's hear these in a real email exchange scenario. Amelia and Michael are playing out an email conversation being read aloud.
Email from Michael to Amelia, subject, Project Update Request.
Dear Amelia, I'm writing to follow up on our previous correspondence regarding the Henderson account proposal. Could you please forward the relevant documentation at your earliest convenience? I wanted to touch base before our Thursday review meeting to ensure we are fully aligned on the key deliverables. I will ensure you receive a full response to any outstanding questions within 24 hours of receiving your materials. Thank you sincerely for your time and continued support on this project. Please do not hesitate to reach out should you require any further assistance. Best regards, Michael.
Email reply from Amelia to Michael.
Dear Michael, thank you for your prompt follow-up. Please accept my sincere apologies for the delayed response. I've been managing several urgent priorities this week. I am pleased to confirm that all relevant documentation has now been compiled, and I will forward it to you before end of business today. I look forward to our Thursday review, and I am confident we are well positioned for a productive discussion. Thank you sincerely for your patience and understanding. Kind regards, Amelia.
Did you notice how completely different that sounded from a casual email exchange? Professional, polished, credible. That's the power of business email language.
Now, let us move to meetings, because how you communicate in a meeting directly affects how your colleagues and managers perceive your ability and your confidence.
Here are your professional meeting language upgrades.
Casual. So, what are we talking about today? Professional. Could someone please confirm the agenda for today's meeting? Or, shall we begin by reviewing today's key agenda items?
Casual. I don't get it. Can you explain again? Professional. I want to ensure I fully understand. Could you elaborate on that point? Or, for the sake of clarity, could you walk us through that in a little more detail?
Casual. That won't work. Professional. I have some reservations about the feasibility of that approach. Or, I wonder if we have fully considered the potential implications of that direction.
Casual. Good idea. Professional. That is a highly compelling proposition. Or, I think that approach has significant merit and warrants serious consideration.
Casual. Can I say something? Professional. If I may, I would like to offer a perspective on this. Or, with your permission, I would like to add something to this discussion.
Casual. We're running out of time. Professional. I'm mindful of our time constraints. Perhaps we could table the remaining items for a follow-up session.
Casual. Okay, that's everything. Professional. I believe we have covered all the key agenda items for today. Shall we confirm the action points before we close?
Now a real meeting conversation using all of these professional upgrades.
Good morning, everyone. Shall we begin by reviewing today's key agenda items? We have 3 main points to cover: the Q3 performance review, the new product launch timeline, and resource allocation for next quarter.
Thank you, Amelia. Before we proceed, I want to ensure I fully understand the context of the performance review. Could you walk us through the key metrics in a little more detail?
Of course, with pleasure. Our Q3 revenue came in at $4.2 million, which represents a 7% increase on the same period last year. However, our customer acquisition cost has risen by 12%, which warrants serious consideration.
If I may, I would like to offer a perspective on this. The increase in customer acquisition cost is directly linked to our expansion into 2 new regional markets. It is my view that this is a strategic investment rather than an efficiency concern.
That is a highly compelling point, Michael. I think that framing has significant merit. Moving to the product launch timeline, the current proposal is to launch in week 6 of next quarter. I do, however, have some reservations about the feasibility of that timeline, given our current resource constraints.
I wonder if we have fully considered the implications of a delayed launch on our competitive positioning. Perhaps a phased approach might address both concerns simultaneously.
That is certainly worth exploring. I am mindful of our time constraints. Perhaps we could table the detailed planning discussion for a dedicated follow-up session this week.
Agreed. I believe we have covered all the key agenda items for today. Shall we confirm the action points before we close?
Absolutely. Excellent meeting, everyone. Thank you for your contributions.
Now let us talk about presentations, because presenting in English professionally is one of the most powerful and impressive things you can do in a business environment.
Here are your professional presentation language upgrades.
Casual. So today I'm going to talk about professional. The purpose of today's presentation is to provide a comprehensive overview of, or I would like to take this opportunity to present our findings on.
Casual. Moving on. Professional. Transitioning now to our next key point. Or, building on that foundation, let us now examine.
Casual. As you can see in this graph, professional, as illustrated in the data before you, or this slide clearly demonstrates the correlation between.
Casual. To sum up, professional. In summary, the key takeaways from today's presentation are, or, to encapsulate our findings, the 3 critical conclusions are as follows.
Casual. Any questions? Professional. I would now like to open the floor to questions and discussion, or I welcome any observations you may have at this point.
Real presentation opening using professional language.
Good afternoon, distinguished colleagues. I would like to take this opportunity to present our strategic recommendations for market expansion in Southeast Asia. The purpose of today's presentation is to provide a comprehensive overview of our research findings, our proposed market entry strategy, and the projected financial implications for the next 3 fiscal years. I have structured today's presentation around 4 key pillars: market analysis, competitive landscape, entry strategy, and financial projections. As illustrated in the data before you, the Southeast Asian market represents a $240 billion opportunity, growing at an annual rate of 14%. This slide clearly demonstrates the correlation between regional GDP growth and consumer spending on our product category. Building on that foundation, let us now examine our recommended market entry strategy in detail. To encapsulate our findings, the 3 critical conclusions are as follows. First, the market opportunity is significant and time-sensitive. Second, a partnership model minimizes risk while maximizing speed to market. Third, a phased investment approach of 18 months delivers optimal return on investment. I would now like to open the floor to questions and discussion. I welcome any observations you may have at this point.
Now, negotiations, because negotiating professionally in English is an incredibly valuable skill in any business environment.
Here are your professional negotiation upgrades.
Casual. That's too expensive. Professional. I appreciate the proposal, however, the current pricing structure falls outside our budgetary parameters for this initiative. Or, while I recognize the value on offer, we would need to explore a more competitive pricing arrangement.
Casual, we want a discount. Professional, we would welcome the opportunity to discuss a mutually beneficial pricing arrangement. Or, given the scale of our potential partnership, we believe there is room for a more favorable commercial arrangement.
Casual. We agree. Professional. We are pleased to confirm our alignment on the proposed terms. Or, we are in full agreement and are prepared to move forward on that basis.
Casual, we need more time. Professional, we would appreciate the opportunity to conduct a thorough internal review before committing to a final position.
Casual. That's our final offer. Professional. This represents our most competitive position at this stage of the negotiation. Or, we have reached the limits of our flexibility on this particular point.
Real negotiation conversation.
Thank you for presenting your proposal, Michael. While I recognize the considerable value on offer, the current pricing structure falls somewhat outside our budgetary parameters for this initiative.
I appreciate your candor, Amelia. Given the strategic nature of this partnership and the projected volume of business, we believe there is room for a more favorable commercial arrangement. We would welcome the opportunity to explore that together.
That is a constructive approach. We would also appreciate the opportunity to conduct a thorough internal review of the technical specifications before committing to a final position. Could you allow us 48 hours?
Absolutely. We are entirely comfortable with that timeline. We are confident that upon review, you will find our proposal both competitive and comprehensive.
We appreciate your flexibility. After our internal review, we are pleased to confirm our alignment on the core terms. However, on the payment timeline, we believe there is still room for adjustment. We would propose net 60 rather than net 30.
We have given this careful consideration. While net 30 remains our standard commercial position, given the significance of this partnership, we are prepared to accommodate net 45. This represents our most competitive position at this stage.
We are in full agreement with those revised terms and are prepared to move forward on that basis. We look forward to a highly productive partnership.
As do we. We are delighted to be moving forward together.
Now, let us talk about giving and receiving feedback professionally, because this is something that happens constantly in the workplace, and how you do it matters enormously.
Here are your professional feedback upgrades. Casual. This is wrong. Professional. I think this could benefit from some refinement in this particular area. Or, there are 1 or 2 aspects here that I feel warrant a closer look.
Casual. Good job. Professional. I want to commend you on an exceptionally well-executed piece of work. Or, this demonstrates a commendable level of thoroughness and attention to detail.
Casual. You need to do better. Professional. I believe there is real potential here, and I would like to work with you to help you reach it. Or, with some targeted refinement in the financial modeling, I am confident this report will be outstanding.
Casual. I don't like this approach. Professional. I have some concerns about this approach that I would like to share constructively. Or, I wonder if there is an alternative approach that might better serve our objectives here.
Casual. That was a great meeting. Professional. That was an exceptionally productive session. Your contributions were particularly valuable today.
Real feedback conversation. Amelia, do you have a few minutes? I wanted to share some feedback on the report you submitted yesterday.
Of course, Michael. I welcome your thoughts. First, I want to commend you on an exceptionally well-executed executive summary. It demonstrates a commendable level of clarity and strategic thinking.
Thank you. That means a great deal.
Regarding the financial analysis section, however, there are one or two aspects that I feel warrant a closer look. Specifically, the revenue projections for Q2 appear to be based on last year's seasonal patterns, without accounting for the market shifts we discussed last month.
That is a fair observation. I should have factored in those variables more explicitly.
I believe there is real potential in this analysis, and I would like to work with you to help you reach it. With some targeted refinement in the financial modeling, I am confident this report will be outstanding.
I genuinely appreciate the constructive approach. I will revisit the financial section and resubmit by tomorrow morning.
That would be excellent. Your commitment to quality is consistently evident, Amelia, and I have every confidence in your ability to elevate this to the highest standard.
Thank you, Michael. I value your guidance enormously.
Now let us talk about problem solving in a professional context, because challenges arise in every workplace, and how you communicate about them says a great deal about your professionalism.
Here are your professional problem-solving upgrades.
Casual. There's a problem. Professional. I want to bring a challenge to your attention, and I have already identified a proposed solution. Or, we have encountered an unexpected obstacle. However, I am confident we can resolve it swiftly.
Casual. I don't know what to do. Professional. I would greatly value your guidance on the most appropriate way to approach this situation.
Casual. It's not my fault. Professional. I want to provide some context around how this situation developed. Or, to ensure full transparency, I would like to clarify the sequence of events.
Casual. We'll figure it out. Professional. I am committed to identifying a viable solution within the required timeframe. Or, I will develop a comprehensive action plan and present it to the team by end of day.
Casual. It's fixed now. Professional. I am pleased to confirm that the issue has been fully resolved and preventive measures have been put in place.
Real problem-solving conversation. Michael, I want to bring an urgent matter to your attention. I have identified a significant discrepancy in the client billing data, and I have already begun investigating the root cause.
Thank you for flagging this proactively, Amelia. Can you provide some context around how the situation developed?
Certainly. To ensure full transparency, the discrepancy appears to have originated during the system migration last month. Approximately 47 client accounts were affected. I have already cross-referenced the impacted records, and I am committed to identifying a viable resolution within the next 24 hours.
I appreciate your thorough approach, Amelia. I would greatly value your recommendation on the most appropriate way to communicate this to the affected clients.
I have given this careful consideration. I would recommend proactive and transparent communication, acknowledging the error directly, outlining the corrective action being taken, and providing a concrete timeline for resolution. I will develop a comprehensive communication plan and present it to the team by end of business today.
That is an exemplary approach, Amelia. Please proceed and keep me updated at each stage.
Absolutely. I will ensure you receive regular progress updates. I am confident we can resolve this swiftly and preserve the trust of our clients.
I have every confidence in your ability to handle this. Thank you for your transparency and your proactive approach. And our final section, networking, because building professional relationships in English is an art form, and the right language makes all the difference.
Here are your professional networking language upgrades.
Casual. What do you do? Professional. Which industry are you currently working in? Or, what is your professional background, if you don't mind me asking?
Casual. Nice to meet you. Professional. It is a genuine pleasure to make your acquaintance. Or, I've been looking forward to the opportunity to connect with you.
Casual. We should hang out sometime. Professional. I would very much welcome the opportunity to continue this conversation over coffee at your convenience.
Casual. Add me on LinkedIn. Professional. I would be delighted to connect with you on LinkedIn. I'll send you an invitation this evening.
Casual. It was nice talking to you. Professional. It has been an absolute pleasure speaking with you today. I look forward to staying in touch.
Real networking conversation. Good evening. I don't believe we have had the pleasure of meeting. I'm Michael, Senior Marketing Director at Apex Solutions.
It is a genuine pleasure to make your acquaintance, Michael. I'm Amelia, Head of Strategic Partnerships at Meriden Group. I've been looking forward to this event. The caliber of professionals here this evening is quite remarkable.
I completely agree. What is your professional background, if you don't mind me asking? Strategic partnerships covers such a broad and fascinating landscape.
My background is in international business development. I spent 8 years working across Southeast Asian markets before transitioning into partnership strategy about 3 years ago. And yourself?
I've been in marketing leadership for 12 years, with a particular focus on brand architecture and market positioning. I've been following Meriden Group's expansion with considerable interest, actually. Your approach to market entry has been quite innovative.
That is very kind of you to say. I would very much welcome the opportunity to continue this conversation in more depth at your convenience, perhaps over coffee later this week.
I would be absolutely delighted. I'll send you a calendar invitation tomorrow morning, and I would be delighted to connect with you on LinkedIn this evening if that suits you.
It has been an absolute pleasure speaking with you today, Amelia. I look forward to staying in touch and exploring potential synergies between our organizations.
Likewise, Michael, a most enjoyable and stimulating conversation. Until next day.
Let's do a lightning-fast recap of all 40 professional upgrades from today.
Email language. Follow up properly. Forward documentation. Accept apologies sincerely. Revert comprehensively. Express genuine gratitude. Offer continued assistance. Meeting language. Confirm agenda. Seek elaboration. Express reservations. Recognize merit. Offer perspective. Manage time. Confirm action points.
Presentation language. State purpose clearly. Transition smoothly. Reference data professionally. Summarize key takeaways. Invite questions gracefully.
Negotiation language. Acknowledge value respectfully. Seek mutual benefit. Confirm alignment. Request review time. State final position clearly.
Feedback language. Suggest refinement constructively. Commend excellence genuinely. Identify development areas positively. Question approach diplomatically. Recognize contributions specifically.
Problem-solving language. Flag challenges proactively. Seek guidance professionally. Provide context transparently. Commit to solutions confidently. Confirm resolution completely.
Networking language. Ask about backgrounds professionally. Greet with warmth and elegance. Propose follow-up naturally. Connect on LinkedIn gracefully. Close conversations beautifully.
40 upgrades, 7 business situations, all yours, starting today.
And that is everything for today's truly powerful episode of Mr. Daily English Podcast.
40 professional language upgrades, 7 complete real business conversations, everything you need to stop using casual English at work and start communicating with the kind of confidence and sophistication that truly sets you apart.
Because here's what we want you to remember after today. Business fluency is not about using complicated words. It's about choosing the right words for the right situation. And now you have them.
Now, before you go, we have a challenge for you. Comment below right now and write one professional sentence using any upgrade from today. Just one, in a business context.
For example, I am writing to follow up on our previous correspondence. Or, that approach has significant merit and warrants serious consideration.
Write something. anything. We're reading every single comment.
And if today's episode helped you, if it gave you even 5 new professional phrases that will genuinely change how you come across at work, please give this video a big like right now.
That one tap helps this podcast reach thousands more English learners around the world who need exactly this today. So please, tap that like button right now. It means the world to us.
And please share this episode with a colleague or friend who's working in an English-speaking environment, because the right professional language at the right moment can genuinely change someone's entire career trajectory.
If you're not subscribed yet, please hit that red subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell, because every single week we bring you brand new, real English conversations and practical professional tips just like today.
And next week, we have something really exciting coming. We're going to teach you how to write the most powerful and effective professional emails in English, how to open with impact, how to make your point with clarity, and how to close in a way that gets people to take action immediately.
That's one episode every professional English learner absolutely cannot miss. So subscribe now, turn on the bell, and we'll see you there.
Until then, take good care of yourself.
Practice your new professional phrases every single day.
Use them in your next meeting, your next email, your next presentation, your next negotiation.
And always remember, the language you use at work defines the professional you are seen as. Choose it carefully. Choose it confidently. Choose it professionally.
Stop using casual English at work, starting from your very next conversation. See you next day.
We believe in your professional English journey completely and without reservation. See you in the next episode.